Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we've got a pretty fun video because if you have been following my channel recently, you will know that I had gone on vacation. And when I went on vacation, I actually went down to Florida. I visited Disney World and, of course, one of my favorite places in the world to go, the Dinosaur store, along with all sorts of other places, of course, along the way. And I picked up some pretty fun stuff, so I wanted to show you guys what scores I got from my vacation. The very first thing isn't even dinosaur related. It's not really that exciting for probably most of you guys, unless you are Stranger Things fans. But I did find a Lucas Pop Funko at a Five Below, even though it states only at Walmart. I found this guy at Five Below, and I love Stranger Things, so of course I wanted to grab this. It was only like $5 or $5.95 or some random price like that at Five Below. Figured I'd show that one off for anybody that might be interested in Stranger Things. You could maybe head to Five Below and grab that. But one of the days while we were on vacation, it actually rained pretty heavily, which was upsetting, but it gave us a chance to visit a local flea market that was nearby because both myself and one of my daughters, I would say both of my daughters, but one of my daughters specifically is a big fan of flea markets, so we visited a flea market, and at that flea market I was able to find some pretty cool Pop Funkos there as well. It's weird that a lot of this seems to be Pop Funkos, and there's actually another one too, because I don't even collect them that often, but there were just really good deals on this stuff, so I couldn't say no. And obviously we've got two Ultraman figures here, and I don't really see these very often in my area, so they're like $5 a piece. I just couldn't say no to that. I think I might even have this one already, but I couldn't remember, so I just grabbed it anyway. But definitely really cool stuff there. And then the bigger, it is a Starship Troopers Tanker Bug Pop Funko. A little bit of like sticker residue here on the front, but I think I got this guy for like $10, something along those lines, and I thought that was a really good deal for something like this because he's usually a bit pricier when you see him, in store and stuff. So definitely hyped to have found this one as well. And then, as I mentioned, we went to Disney, and while we were in Disney, we actually went to Disney Springs and visited the Lego store there because they have some crazy Lego statues. But while I was in there, I was actually just browsing around and saw the 30th anniversary stuff in there. And I've been looking at this stuff again as far as the boxes in store goes for quite a little while. And recently my Walmarts all got rid of the 30th anniversary stuff, and I saw this set in there. And since this is one of the cheapest sets, it was only like $20. And I really did want to buy it for quite a while just to see how these are. I went ahead and grabbed one from the Lego store again in Disney Springs just because I figured it'd be a little more special to have one that was purchased on my vacation from Disney Springs. So I grabbed the Dilophosaurus and Nedry set. And I'm still kind of in the debating process as to whether I'm going to build it or not. I might just leave it here in the box like it is. I don't know. Sometimes I debate whether that's the best route because you never really get to enjoy the stuff if you don't open it, but at the same time I like having it in the box. And then again, while we were at Disney, one of my favorite places of Disney to go to would be Dino Land in Animal Kingdom, and I have heard rumblings actually of them potentially closing Dino Land. At first I thought it was only the Disney's Dinosaur ride. I had read on line somewhere that they were possibly going to be closing that ride at some point in the near future and replacing it with something else. And then my son actually looked a little bit further into it, and he told me that they're planning on closing Dino Land altogether. I don't know for sure if that's true. I did actually ask an employee while I was there. They said that there was a mention of it happening, but it actually hasn't gone through yet, so they don't know for sure how long it'll be around or if it will even close at all. But just in case, I went ahead and bought something that I had considered buying the last few times I was at Disney, and that is this. It is gigantic, and it's something that I've considered buying for a while, but he's just so goofy looking that I never actually pulled the trigger. But at the potential of not being able to buy it at some point in the future if Disney does close Dino Land USA, I did want to grab this gigantic Carnotaurus that they have in the shop for the Disney's Dinosaur ride. They had these guys every time I went there, and every time I would go, I would look at him and be like, man, he's kind of cute, but at the same time kind of ugly, and I just didn't want to carry him around all day. But this time I went ahead and grabbed him just because I don't know for sure if he'll be there the next time I get to go. So $25 for a gigantic Carnotaurus is not so bad. And even though there was probably a mountain of other stuff that I would like to get from there, I went ahead and grabbed this as well, which this guy does not like staying in his packaging. But again, it was another one of those sets that are available in the gift shop for the Disney's Dinosaur ride. We've got the Carnotaurus versus Alioramus, and it's so weird to see an Alioramus figure, like, you know, in existence at all when it comes to the Disney's Dinosaur ride. And there is actually a really cool animatronic version of the Alioramus in the ride itself. If you've never been to Disney and, you know, you might be going sometime soon, definitely check this ride out. They have some awesome animatronics in the ride itself. Huge Carnotaurus and stuff, but there is an Alioramus in there, and I really like that Alioramus that you see in there. So I thought I might as well grab this set as well, even though, again, the Carno's kind of goofy looking, so is the Alioramus, but it's just something to remember the ride by if it does in fact close, and just, again, in general, a really cool collectible that I get to add to my collection from Disney's Dinosaur. And the final thing that I have from my vacation, I probably grabbed a few other things, but I'm not really remembering right now what they were or where I put them. I think I got like a Pirates of the Caribbean thing and a few other things, but regardless, the one thing that I was most excited about is from the Dinosaur store. I've actually put a video up on the channel before about the Dinosaur store in Florida. It is an awesome store that is just filled with dinosaur stuff, and then you can actually pay to go into the elevator and go upstairs, and there's an insanely cool museum up there. And I actually took a ton of pictures of both the museum and you know, some dinosaur stuff in Disney, which I may put together videos for to put here on the channel if you guys would like to see some of that stuff. But while I was at the Dinosaur store, I almost always purchase something from there, and I think I'm gonna have to readjust the camera a little bit for this one because it's not that tall or anything. And I usually grab something, and I was very unsure this time what I wanted to grab. There was one thing I was kind of leaning toward, but didn't really pull the trigger on it. However, my wife was paying attention, saw that I was interested in that, and then went and grabbed it for me because my birthday was pretty recent, and she saw that I was very intrigued by this, so she went and bought it for me for my birthday. We have this! How awesome is that? And if you don't know what you are looking at, it's clearly a skull, but if you can't quite figure out what species it is, there is actually a little tag that's still here on the head for some reason. We can see it's a Stegosaurus skull, and obviously a casting. I love that they give you these little tags that you can, you know, put in front of your models and stuff when you display it, but it is an insanely cool Stegosaurus skull, and it is also extremely heavy, so it's a very solid cast and everything, and you can see it is, again, probably one of the most epic things I think I've acquired at the Dinosaur store. And they have all kinds of fossil replicas as well as genuine fossils and stuff there that you can buy, which they get pretty pricey. There's also a massive alligator that's like up on the wall that's like $200 and some that one day I am going to buy. I definitely want to get that. I don't know where I'd ever put it, but I really do want to get it. But regardless, again, if you have a chance to check out the Dinosaur store, absolutely go. You will not regret it. But this is what I got while I was on vacation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the stuff that I was able to snag. So in the comments section, let me know what you guys think, and of course, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.